Hello, welcome back to the channel. How are you? I'm getting used to, I know it's been a while, of actually sitting here and have a chat this way. I find it to be more productive, and I think my body is starting to register like when I sit here and all the lights are turned on, it's like talking time. Anyway, I'm drinking my very expensive pu'er tea. Like expensive for me. This costs like $3. This one, that one thing in there. That's expensive. Because like if you buy the cheap one, you can buy for $6. You can buy 100 gram. Anyway, so yeah, I went to a tea shop today to buy a bunch of teas. And because like the tea shop was is run by Chinese, I found like myself was really not fitting into that particular shop. It's like so weird because I can feel the feeling of being a foreigner inside and being treated very suspiciously, even though on the outside I look. And then like there is also an experience which is weird because like when I was coming home from that trip, it's in the vlog, but like when I was coming home from the trip, it's I was buying something else. I was buying something to eat at home. And the lady was asking me, oh, is that an Australian bank card? Because it's like, it looks very different. So I think she thought that I was Chinese and trying to pay with a Chinese bank card. So I feel like the two experiences kind of balance each other out. Um, one thinks I'm very foreign, the other thing I'm Chinese. But just that feeling of not belonging, that feeling of not fitting in anywhere I go is becoming more prevalent these days and is quite isolating, and it does makes me feel very lonely and in a very damaging way because I think I'm not used to being alone anymore now, which I find to be dangerous. Like right now, like my flatmate is away for a few couple of weeks, but by the time this is released or published, it's like they're probably already back. So I'm not afraid of like sharing personal details in that way because I'm like, okay, so this is like way off the timing and stuff, just for security reason because I'm still a girl. At 41. uh, still vulnerable, still short, and still I won't have the strength of a man to defend myself if something happens because the internet is a weird thing. Anyway, like, and this time around, I find myself not being at ease, being alone. In the past, it would be very relieving. It would feel as if that, oh, thank God I'm alone. But this time around, I feel like it only lasted a couple of days. And after that, I feel really unease with the whole thing. And I realized, like, oh, I think my body is getting used to with the idea of having people around. And I don't like the fact that is that because now I feel, oh, I'm dependent now. And that means I have to keep searching for people because otherwise my body would go berserk. And that's not something I like having because it means like I have to be, dependent on a people and the way like normal people actually behaves. But in this day and economy, it's really hard to be depending on people because you don't know who to trust and you don't know whether they're going to backstab you or not. And by the time you're 41, you have your fair share of backstabbing. And so I'm in that space now where I don't know what I should do and what to do when it comes to people. I feel like I am also not getting back into the groove of like seeing people in a periodic and consistent manner. Like, I haven't really gone to my craft groups this year as much, and I haven't been consistent. So I haven't seen these people that I usually see, and I think my body really don't like it. Like, as someone who really, I think like my nervous system really thrives on routine, right? Like on thrives, like this is the day, this is what you should do. On weekend is chore day, like on Saturday or Sunday, like you have to do your chores on this day. And every first Monday or first Wednesday or first whatever, first Saturday, you have this on, you have this club on, you have this group on, you have to go in this, like, so my body is expecting to meet and to connect with other people, but I have been depriving it from that connection, and I think it's getting angry at me. But at the same time, I feel like even if I do go to these things, I still don't belong, and I don't get what I needed to get out of them. So I'm finding, I guess I'm just being really, I guess I'm, what am I? I am struggling to figure out what to do and how to make connection that actually, I was like, actually had a moment of lapse. I was on my Google Play and I was searching dating apps, and I'm like, oh, do I really need to go on the dating apps now? Do I really want to go through that? If I have the energy to find and select and meet people, it's probably better go to, these group meetings that are low pressure and actually have something to do, and you don't have to focus on one person, and you don't have to talk to anyone if you don't want to, and you can just kind of exist with very low pressure. But if you go on a dating thing, it's like quite high pressure because you have to be concentrating on this one person. You have to get to know them, you have to ask a bunch of questions, answer a bunch of questions, put up with a lot of privilege. Anyway, so this is like a raw pu'er, and it tastes really clean. It has an astringency, something that I learned from matcha. Like it's really dry as soon as you drink it, which is not the case with wiped. Wiped feels like you are being hydrated. Usually, it feels like you are being bathed in this sweet golden liquid. That sounded really wrong. But this is raw and it tastes very dry. Yes, that's what I'm looking for, dry. So this particular cup that I'm holding right now, I got them from tiramisu cake. Yeah, from Woolies. They have these two tiramisu cakes that they sell inside this cup. And then after I finish with the tiramisu cake, I just wash them and just reuse the cup. And it's really cool, right? Like you get a free glass cups. Because I didn't want to buy like a big $9 tiramisu cake, but this one comes like in two glasses, so they were like maybe $6, so $2 cheaper. So technically it's a lot more expensive because you get like a fraction of the tiramisu cake compared to the big one, but you get two free glasses. I feel like in my head that compensated for the astronomical pricing. um so yeah, so I just want to come here and feel like I don't belong anywhere. And even with YouTube now, I feel like it's a struggle to get back in the game. Even with posting every day, it's not picking up, and my body and my brain is getting so tired. I think it gets so tired these days that even when I am hearing drilling in the morning from the constructions, because there's always going to be construction for the next couple of years. So we've got like a year and a half down. So I think we still got like 4 years or 5 years, maybe 3 years minimum, looking for more 2 years minimum of construction. So there will always going to be drilling noises everywhere. But anyway, like so, like today I woke up with drilling noises, which is really loud, and but I didn't get irritated. My head did not pound, and I slept. I just went back to sleep, and that's like such a weird experience because usually I would not be able to ignore it. I would feel irritated, especially when the weather is hot. I would get a migraine straight away and I would get irritation and I have to calm myself down. But I felt like my body becomes really dull now that it doesn't even want to register this noise. And I think like that's a bad signal because it means I want to shut down and I don't want to be in reality anymore. I just want to kind of escape. And I don't know, it just feels everything that I am being right now is as if that I don't belong. I know this is definitely a rant and it's definitely not something you have to listen to. But yeah, that's where my headspace is at, and I thought I would share for today afternoon tea or evening tea. I feel like that's what we should call this, afternoon tea or morning tea. I'll see you later. Bye.